So we found that about 73% of the people in this community don't go to church. My parents went through a really bad divorce, and so I began to question my faith. I began to question whether God existed, whether He cared about us, and if He did care about us, why didn't He do something about it? And I was going to a little church at home. I was kind of asking these questions in Sunday school, at church. And one of the old farmers there said, well, why don't you go find out? So I took religion classes and philosophy classes as well. I studied Judaism, Hinduism, Buddhism, most of the major religions in the country, in the world, and Christianity. And I kind of came to the conclusion that the place where you find truth, is in Christianity. That all the other religions, they have some truth in them, but Christianity is the truth. And of course, that begins with our relationship with Jesus Christ. One of the things that you guys have is you have a community that kind of looks after each other. And I think that's a wonderful thing. And I think one of the great strengths of your community is that you encourage one another, you love one another, and you're not afraid to love others outside of that community. I think you need to reach out to those that don't look like you. I believe that the Bible has called all of us to do what we can to bring down the walls that separate us. Because Paul said there's neither Jew nor Greek, free or slave, male or female. God looks at us all as one. So we should look at each other as one. And one of the things that the church has historically done, 2,000 years, the church has spoken for the poor, for those who have no power, those who can't go to the governor or to the mayor or to their representatives and say, please listen to my problem. The church has done that. And I think that's one thing that the church needs to get back doing. So I think we have jobs inside the church. I think we have jobs outside the church. The vision of the church has always been to reach unchurched people. When we first got here and we first built the building, we would do something called Servant Sunday. All right, we wouldn't even have church. We wouldn't have Sunday school. We would go into the community and we would say, "Can I rake your leaves?" "Why do you want to rake my leaves?" "Well, just because. You need your. Would that be okay?" Go to the grocery store. "Can we carry your groceries to your car?" Go to Lowe's. "Can we carry your whatever you bought to your car?" So we found that about 73% of the people in this community don't go to church. 3 out of 4. Okay? And one of the things that we have been about is trying to find ways when we can reach our community. Okay? And part, I think, of what you guys bring that we don't have as much anymore is those smiling young faces. Lots of energy. Lots of can do. Okay? And I think that one of the reasons God has brought us together, not the reason, but one of the reasons, is so that we can do exactly what I think God has called us all to do, which is reach the unchurched. Well, I think the challenges are culture. I think the challenges are language. I think the challenges are even worship styles. I think the challenges are also how we choose to do church. And I think those four great big challenges can be obstacles to separate us, to divide us. And I think the way that we need to overcome that is to sit down and to talk with people, to listen to people, to get their stories, and to share your story. And when you begin to share your story, you begin to understand, and we begin to build that relationship that overcomes language, culture, these four barriers that we have. So I think you're doing exactly what we need to be doing. I think my church, the Freedom Baptist Church, needs to be doing the same thing.